We're back in the UK. Honestly, we're here for a day and a half, 2 days. I have no idea what we're gonna do, but we're gonna see some cars. If you guys learn anything from these trips, no matter where we go, cars will show up or we will go find them. Okay, so first spot now, back second time around in the last 2 weeks in London. This 599, it is a little beat up, I'm not gonna lie. The wheel's on the other side of the curb, but you wanna know how you know it's London? There's a steering wheel lock on the 599 parked out here. Titanium exhaust though. Not bad. Okay, we are leaving the 599. We heard something and we look behind us and oh, here it is. Oh my god. Oh my god. This might be the best ever random spot we've had. Oh my god.
Oh, you're ridiculous, man.
T50 randomly in London. What? It's a GMA T50. I'm sorry for the wind noise, but we're hanging out of the window for this one. Ladies and gentlemen, this is crazy. What? A random one. I swear to God, that was so random. We just heard it drive by. I thought we might see Chirons, maybe a LaFerrari. This did not even cross my mind. When even the driver has to get a picture, so we're in the middle of traffic, no driver in the car. Here he is, he's coming back, he's coming back. Goodbye, T50. By the way, we're the only people taking pictures of this. Nobody else seems to care. Okay, so we heard about another pretty insane hypercar around the city. Just drove by today. We're going to go take a look at it, but I got to give a shout out to Vinny Hill that actually messaged me and told me about this car because, again, I don't know anything about London. I don't know where anything is. I don't know what cars are here, so I would not have found this car otherwise. So his Instagram is going to be right here. Right now, let's go see this car. So, second hypercar of the day. This is kind of inspired by like the kilts, I guess, but this is wild. I mean, we saw another Valkyrie, or two technically, yesterday, but dark blue, just parked here, this alleyway. But yeah, second hypercar in 30-40 minutes, and it's like, I'm not talking about your regular 918s or stuff like that. This is proper cars that are not easy to drive on the streets. The fact that this thing just gets driven around the streets of London like it's just a car, like even like if it's not like a 48, like this is, look at how low this is to the ground. Nobody drives these things in North America. Like T50 and this in the span of 40 minutes is wild. London car spotting is honestly like off the chain. It's crazy. SF90 Spider. Normally this would be a pretty cool spot, but after what we just saw, this is more on the regular car side. Look at this. This is massive. We got a G-Wagon, which is a big SUV, and this is so much bigger. It's a long wheelbase Phantom.
The side marker's not enough. You need a middle marker.
Yeah, you need a middle marker in the middle of this car. This is actually one of the longest cars I've ever seen. It's crazy. Crazy thing about London is people are here from all over the world. So this Range Rover right here is from Switzerland, Geneva. You can tell by the plates. One second. Right here, Geneva plates. Now, it gets crazier. Defender, Florida plates. Florida plates in the UK. We keep moving on, and we have another Defender on Qatar plates. Keep moving on, you know, your regular British plates. Another Defender with Qatar plates again. And another Defender, but this one with Dubai plates. The plate game here is crazy. 12 cylinder just drove by. Man, car spotting in London is just crazy. It doesn't stop. So we just found another hypercar. We got a Koenigsegg Jesko, full green carbon fiber. The orange actually is such a nice orange. I don't know what it is to it, but something with this orange is really nice with the tan interior as well. So far, Jesko Valkyrie T50. Crazy, crazy, crazy. This has been like 2 hours in London, and this is something you won't see in a full summer most places in the world. Yeah, and this one is the Jesko attack specification with the big wing. I don't know if I've ever seen in the wild, like outside car week, an absolute without the wing. This is a top speed car, but you know, carbon wheels. This is probably the most aggressive hypercar you could buy at the moment. That's kind of actually usable, because the Valkyrie and all that, not really usable. This you could probably just take it out for dinner, which the other ones you can't really do that. And a nice little Aston Martin Vanquish here. This red looks pretty good. And another great spec car right here, the 458 Speciale. I believe this is Zero Dino. It's got these kind of cream and gold stripes, gold wheels. One of the better specs I've seen on a Speciale, to be honest. Random spot, another one. I mean, things are getting pretty crazy here. And another Rolls-Royce Phantom. Guys, honestly, we don't see Phantoms anywhere, but I think they all get bought right here. Long wheelbase, new Phantom. I'm not talking used prices, but new prices, this is over $1 million. Not a bad spot. We got an A12 GTS right here. Pretty good street spot. So tonight we might actually see some of the world's craziest cars. Before that, we're just finishing up with some London car spotting. I'll show you what's in front of me. One of my personal favorites, 991 Speedster. So pretty much GT3 RS, but convertible with a manual is what this car is. Limited numbers, 1900 and how many? 1930, 63. Yeah, not bad. Very, very slept on car. I feel like people forget these exist. After kind of traveling around the world and looking at cars, looking for cars, finding the craziest cars around, it takes a lot to make me pretty speechless. But when I pulled up here, I didn't know what to say. I want to show you what's in front of me now. Unfortunately, we can't get in. It's late night, and honestly, it just looks better here late night, so I'd almost rather like this. But once I turn this camera over, this might be the craziest 3-car combo you'll ever see. So we are at Lanzante, which specializes in, you know, HDK, F1s, P1s, whatever it is. Craziest cars in the world, they are here. And as soon as you pull up here, I mean, this is middle of nowhere and just the nicest lit showroom I've ever seen in my life. And inside it are the nicest cars I've ever seen in my life. So blue F1 road car, the regular road car. And under this light looks incredible. Now next to that is an F1 HDK. So the HDK has a different bumper, different wheels. I'm not sure if they did anything to the powertrain. I think they might have. Has a spoiler. Just kind of like a more aerodynamic version of the McLaren F1. Now this red McLaren F1 is just a regular F1 road car, as regular as that can be. But the ownership history of this car is probably the most interesting. So this originally was owned by Rowan Atkinson, Mr. Bean. I believe he put like 45,000 miles on this car. He totaled it twice. And if I'm not mistaken, like 15 or 12 or 10 years ago, something, before the market really blew up, after the car's been totaled twice, it still sold for $8 million. I think today this car is still back up to $15, $20 million. It's probably got 50,000 miles on it now, maybe more, because I know the new owner, once he bought it, did a cross-Europe road trip in this car. Car gets regularly driven, and honestly, a lot of them do get driven quite a lot. But this one specifically might be one of the most famous McLaren F1s ever. But yeah, Lanzante is crazy. Mr. Bean F1. I mean, this picture right here is wild, let alone a third one right there. Okay guys, last day of the trip. The trip's been crazy, but today we're going to go explore some of the best car dealerships in the UK. See some insane inventories. The cars we've literally seen already, and we haven't even walked into the first one. It's crazy. So let's go explore what we can find today. So we are starting off for Romans International. We have a Solar Beam Yellow SLS Black Series. These things are super rare. I think the only other one we saw on this trip, or I think two, we saw Schmies and one more at a dealership. Then we have a Speciale, a GT3, 675 LT Coupe, 765 LT Spider, a GT4 RS, and look at this Senna. But this side of the showroom might even be more serious. We got the 911 ST. These things are going for crazy money. I mean, people in the US are listing these for like $900,000. Then the Ford GT, the new one, we know this car very, very well. then the Ferrari 16M that we just saw outside, and then we have a Zagato Vanquish and a Zagato Vanquish Speedster, which I think I've only seen 2 or 3 in my whole life. One of them was on the trip that we couldn't film, but the interiors of these Zagatos, I mean, the stitching is literally like Z's. It's such a nice car. Honestly, like, the regular Vanquish has depreciated quite a lot, but these things are where it's at. Look at the carbon fiber on the kind of buttresses here, and yeah, the taillights are so nice. And then they also have the 675 LT outside. Honestly, we really never see 675s anymore. And this 992 GT3 RS as well. And then, of course, another Vanquish Zagato right here. And a 599 GTO. We actually saw the same one. I didn't film it, but at the Ferrari dealership, they had literally like the same spec one with the blue stripe and everything. Then an Alpina Z8 right here. 599 GTO is so good, but again, there's so many cool cars here. So here we have a very rare car, potentially my favorite car in the world, the 599 SA Aperta. Now, you guys might notice it doesn't look straight up just like a 599 SA Aperta. You see, you've got GTO wheels. Even the roof, even though it's the convertible, has the kind of GTO two-tone colors, the carbon fiber fenders. I mean, everything. The only thing is kind of the GTO had a cage around the brake pads and calipers and everything. This one doesn't have it. The hood is a 599 GTO hood. So what happened was they had another 599, which was a GTO, and they wanted a matching pair. So this car actually got sent back to Ferrari, and Ferrari did this at the factory and converted it to pretty much be like an SA Aperta GTO. But man, these cars are so rare. One of 80, maybe 8 of them are right-hand drive. This is one of those cars. But I think with the GTO conversion, this car looks so freaking aggressive. And almost, if you want to say, the successor to this car, more common, there's more of these made, but the A12 Comp Aperta in this green looks great. And the interior too, the brown Alcantara with the green Ferrari logo on the headrest, also right-hand drive. But yeah, the Comp A is such a cool car. They sound amazing, but the GTO is just so much more, and not GTO, the SA Aperta is just so much more rare. This honestly might be one of my favorite cars in the world, but there's an MC12 in the room. And when there's an MC12 in the room, usually nothing really tops it. And, you know, 1 of 50, I think 2 we've seen in the last, like, 2 days. But, yeah, this car is absolutely crazy. Just a more aggressive Ferrari Enzo. Removable roof. Just can't really ask for more. And before we head out to the next destination, there's also a BAC Mono. And this, to a lot of people, might seem like an SLS Black Series. It's not. It's actually an SLS Final Edition. Different wheels, but it still has, like, a spoiler and a carbon fiber hood, which you can't really tell when the car is black, but yeah, it's a carbon fiber hood. So this is a final edition. Hey guys, we're at the Octane Collection, and this was better than I expected. Let's start off here. We got a Diablo SV right-hand drive. This car is so cool. It's the first gen, the pop-up headlights, but look at this thing. Next to that is a Speciale Aperta. Now, yes, these are cool, but there's some crazy hypercars here too that I'll show you in a second. But yeah, very nice 458 Speciale Aperta. Next to a few M cars, we've got E92 M3s, E30s. I think they might be even Sport Evos, because Sport Evos came in red and black. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really know how to tell the difference when they're red. We got a Spider RS. What else do we have here? So we got a black 599 HGTE package. This is kind of like the baby GTO. It's like their track package. You get different wheels, different seats. Yeah, just a little bit more track focus, 599. And then we got the Pista Spider. Now, very nice spec, but the interior, the brown here, it's like a chocolate brown, but it's Alcantara. Obviously, right-hand drive, wild. And then next to that is a 991.2 GT3 RS, A12 GTS, 250 Lusso. But here, these are big money cars, especially the gray one. But 997 GT3 RS 4.0s. There's only 600 of these made. 2 are here. I think very few of them are black. Most of them are white. But gray, I believe, was paint to sample, so that would be even more rare. Next to that is a McLaren 675 LT. I think it's the 3rd one we've seen in the last hour. And then we have the 2 kind of best sounding V10s ever made, potentially. We have the Lexus LFa right here. Black with like a black and red interior. Yeah, these honestly you don't see a lot anymore. The prices have shot up like crazy, and these obviously we know what they are. This is the Carrera GT. Also, anything that's not silver on these cars is huge money cars. I mean, literally the argument for everybody is which sounds the best, CGT or LFA. Why choose when both are here? And then here we have the full carbon body CCXR Edition. Now, the one thing I like about this car, a lot of the Koenigsegg actually got carbon fiber wheels. I am not a big carbon fiber wheel kind of guy, but when you have a full exposed carbon body, but then the regular wheels, I think the contrast is super nice. The interior on this one is red. I wonder if this might be one of the cars they used in the last scene in Fast and Furious 5, or maybe not, but yeah, these things are so badass. I like them more than I like the Agueras, the Regeras, the Jeskos. I think this was kind of prime Koenigsegg era, in my opinion. Then very rare over here, we have a black Ferrari Enzo. I don't know the exact numbers, how many black Enzos they made, but most of them are red. And probably second number was yellow. After that is black. So it's very rare to see a black one. It's got black seats with some red accents as well. And honestly, I feel like we've been seeing way too many Aston Martin Valkyries the last few days, but we got another one here. And the fact that as soon as we walked in through the door today, this was the first car that greeted us is kind of wild. Now, this one has the crazy like gray, I don't know what it's called, but I've been seeing this color on a lot of DBXs and stuff. It's probably the most metallic, like flaky color I've ever seen on a car, and to have it on something like a Valkyrie blows my mind.